Beneath the shimmering blue waters of the Aegean Sea, a group of sponge divers in 1901 stumbled upon something extraordinary. At first, they thought they had found a graveyard of lifeless statues resting on the seabed. In reality, they had discovered the remains of a shipwreck that would shake the foundations of what we know about ancient history. Among the scattered treasures and marble figures was a corroded lump of bronze and wood, unremarkable to the untrained eye. But hidden inside that unassuming artifact lay gears, intricately cut with a precision no one believed possible for 2,000 years ago. This was no ordinary relic. This was a machine, centuries ahead of its time. As the story unfolded over decades, scientists would come to call it the Antikythera Mechanism, the world's first known computer, capable of predicting eclipses, charting planetary movements, and even tracking the timing of the Olympic Games. It defied the limits of ancient engineering. How could such advanced technology have existed in the ancient Greek world? This is not just a story about an artifact. It's a mystery that bridges oceans and centuries, challenging the way we think about human progress. The Antikythera Mechanism is a portal to a forgotten era, and its secrets are waiting to be uncovered. In the spring of 1901, sponge divers braved unpredictable currents near the island of Antikythera. Their work was dangerous, but nothing could prepare them for the ghostly shapes they saw on the seabed. Ancient statues lay scattered, draped in marine growth, their stone faces eerily lifelike. The divers returned with stories that seemed too strange to believe. Soon, Greek authorities sent a salvage team, retrieving hundreds of artifacts from what they quickly identified as a Roman-era shipwreck. Amphorae, jewelry, and coins were catalogued with excitement. But one item stood out, a strange bronze fragment with a series of teeth cut into its edge. At the time, no one grasped its significance. Archaeologist Valerio Stay was among the first to suspect it was part of a complex mechanism, but most dismissed the idea. The consensus was simple. Ancient civilizations were brilliant, yes, but they could not have built machines of such complexity. That assumption would linger for decades, delaying one of the greatest scientific revelations of the modern era. The strange, gear-filled fragment sat quietly in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, its mystery gathering dust alongside the centuries. For years, the corroded bronze pieces were ignored by mainstream scholars. Only a few curious minds wondered why an object with precision gears would be found in a 2,000-year-old shipwreck. Ancient navigation tools existed, but nothing of this apparent complexity had ever been seen. By the mid-20th century, a few researchers began pushing for more serious investigation. The artifact had broken into several pieces, each revealing more tiny, intricate gears. The workmanship suggested advanced mechanical knowledge, far beyond the clocks of medieval Europe. Initial studies revealed the mechanism was not simply decorative or symbolic. It had measurable mathematical precision, with gear ratios designed to match astronomical cycles. Such sophistication implied not just craftsmanship, but deep scientific understanding. Still, skeptics clung to their doubts. The accepted timeline of technological development simply left no room for such an invention in ancient Greece. To accept it as genuine meant rewriting parts of history itself, a task many historians were reluctant to undertake. Everything changed in the 1970s, when a new wave of research brought advanced imaging techniques into the study. Physicist Derek de Sala Price pioneered an investigation that would make the Antikythera Mechanism famous. Using X-ray radiography, he peered into the corroded mass, and found a network of gears unlike anything known from antiquity. Price's detailed analysis revealed at least 30 bronze gears, many with tiny, perfectly cut teeth. These were not crude approximations, but engineering masterpieces, rivaling the precision of watchmakers in the 18th century. The idea that such a machine could exist in the 1st century BCE was nothing short of revolutionary. His findings were published in 1974 in a landmark paper, Gears from the Greeks, which argued that the mechanism functioned as an astronomical computer. It could model the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, as well as predict eclipses years in advance. Suddenly, the Antikythera Mechanism went from an obscure curiosity to a world-class historical puzzle. The question was no longer whether it was real, but who had made it and why. Ancient Greece was no stranger to scientific brilliance. The works of Archimedes, Hipparchus, and Ptolemy were filled with sophisticated mathematics and astronomical theories. Yet, the surviving evidence suggested their knowledge rarely manifested in complex machines. The Antikythera Mechanism suggested otherwise. It was not just theory translated into metal. It was a miniaturized mechanical representation of the cosmos. This indicated a mastery of metallurgy, precision measurement, and theoretical astronomy, all in one device. Such achievements required a deep infrastructure of skilled craftsmen and scholars. The device's construction hinted at workshops capable of producing complex gear systems long before medieval clockmakers. This was not a lone genius working in isolation. It was the product of a culture where science, engineering, and philosophy worked hand in hand to push the boundaries of possibility. Modern reconstructions have revealed the mechanism's extraordinary capabilities. It consisted of a hand-cranked gear system connected to multiple dials and indicators. By turning the crank, the user could simulate the motion of celestial bodies over time. The front dial displayed the position of the sun and moon in the zodiac, as well as the phase of the moon. The rear dials tracked lunar and solar eclipse cycles, with inscriptions explaining their timing and visibility. Incredibly, the device also marked the dates of ancient Greek sporting events, including the Olympics. This suggests it was both a scientific and cultural tool, a bridge between astronomy and daily life. Every gear served a purpose, each tooth carefully calculated to reflect astronomical ratios. This was not an experimental prototype. It was a fully realized, functional instrument. The level of precision found in the Antikythera Mechanism suggests extraordinary skill in metallurgy and gearmaking. Bronze, the metal used for the gears, was cast and then meticulously cut to create perfectly meshing teeth. This required tools and techniques that historians once thought did not exist in ancient Greece. Each gear had to be measured with exacting accuracy to ensure that its rotations mirrored celestial cycles. A single mistake in spacing or tooth count could throw the entire system out of sync. The fact that the mechanism worked at all speaks to an advanced tradition of craftsmanship. The wood that once housed the gears has long since rotted away, but reconstructions show it would have been about the size of a shoebox. Despite its compact form, the mechanism's complexity was staggering, making it a portable cosmos in miniature. The very existence of such a device challenges our assumptions about technological evolution. It suggests there may have been a broader tradition of mechanical devices in the ancient world that simply didn't survive. The Antikythera Mechanism was found among the remains of a massive cargo ship, estimated to have sunk between 70 and 60 BCE. The wreck lay in dangerous waters, battered by storms and hidden by treacherous currents for over 2 millennia. Alongside the mechanism, divers recovered luxury items, bronze statues, marble sculptures, glassware, and coins from different regions. These suggested the ship had been transporting valuable goods from the eastern Mediterranean toward Rome. The ship's cargo indicates a wealthy owner, possibly a Roman elite, who valued art, science, and technology. It raises the question, was the Antikythera Mechanism a personal possession, a diplomatic gift, or a tool for scholarly work? The wreck site continues to yield artifacts even today, offering tantalizing glimpses into the lives of those aboard. Yet none of the other finds rival the significance of the mechanism itself. The Antikythera Mechanism wasn't merely a calendar. It was a sophisticated astronomical calculator. It could model the irregular orbit of the moon, using a system of gears that mimicked its variable speed across the sky, a phenomenon known as the lunar anomaly. This required not just mechanical precision, but deep understanding of complex celestial patterns. Its creators had to combine observational astronomy with advanced mathematics to encode the heavens into metal. The device's eclipse prediction feature was equally remarkable. By tracking the Saros cycle, a period of about 18 years, it could forecast solar and lunar eclipses, including the type and timing. In an age without telescopes or digital tools, this was a staggering achievement. It transformed the vastness of the cosmos into something a person could hold and turn with their own hands. Historians have long debated who built the Antikythera Mechanism. Some attribute it to the school of Hipparchus, a Greek astronomer famed for his accurate star catalogue and understanding of lunar motion. Others speculate it was inspired by the genius of Archimedes. The island of Rhodes emerges as a likely candidate for its origin. In the Hellenistic period, Rhodes was a hub of astronomy, engineering, and craftsmanship, known for its great observatories and mechanical inventions. There is also evidence that similar devices were described in ancient texts. Cicero, writing in the 1st century BCE, mentioned a sphere built by Archimedes that could reproduce the motions of the sun, moon, and planets. If the Antikythera Mechanism was part of a tradition of such machines, it raises a haunting question. How many other wonders have been lost to history? Perhaps the most puzzling aspect of the Antikythera Mechanism is that nothing like it appears again for over 1,000 years. After its creation, the knowledge to build such devices seems to vanish from human history. Some scholars suggest that the fall of the Greek city-states and the rise of Rome shifted focus away from pure scientific inquiry. Others believe such devices were rare, costly, and easily destroyed by time and war. The burning of great libraries, such as Alexandria, may have erased crucial technical texts that could have preserved this knowledge. Without written records, complex technology is often forgotten within a few generations. The result is a historical gap that continues to frustrate researchers. Why did such genius emerge, only to disappear into the shadows for centuries? In recent decades, scientists and engineers have worked tirelessly to recreate the Antikythera Mechanism. Using X-ray computed tomography, they have identified hidden inscriptions and gear structures invisible to the naked eye. Teams in Greece and Britain have built functional models that match the known fragments, revealing the machine's astonishing accuracy. Some reconstructions are displayed in museums, allowing visitors to witness the ancient genius firsthand. These models confirm that the mechanism could perform complex calculations with stunning precision. Turning its crank brought the sky to life, showing celestial events across years in just moments. Recreating it has also deepened our respect for its creators. Every reproduction is not just a model, it is a tribute to the forgotten minds that first conceived it. The Antikythera Mechanism is more than a scientific marvel. It is a cultural treasure. It embodies the ancient Greek pursuit of knowledge, blending art, science, and philosophy into a single creation. It reminds us that technology has always been intertwined with human curiosity. This device wasn't built for profit or war. It was built to understand the cosmos. Its existence also challenges the narrative of linear progress. History often assumes that technology advances steadily, but the Antikythera Mechanism proves that moments of brilliance can occur anywhere, anytime. In its gears, we see the spark of innovation that transcends centuries, linking us to the minds of the ancient world. While unique in its complexity, the Antikythera Mechanism is not the only ancient artifact to defy expectations. Similar feats of engineering appear in other cultures. From the astronomical towers of ancient China to the intricate calendars of the Maya, these parallels suggest that human ingenuity is a universal trait, appearing independently in different parts of the world. What sets the Antikythera Mechanism apart is the precision of its mechanical execution. Such achievements hint at a shared human drive to measure, predict, and make sense of the natural world. This drive has been a constant, even as civilizations rise and fall. The mechanism stands as one of the most complete and tangible expressions of that universal quest. Despite over a century of research, many questions remain unanswered. How widespread was the knowledge to build such devices? Were there more mechanisms, perhaps even more advanced, that simply did not survive? The inscriptions, though partially decoded, still hold mysteries. Some references remain incomplete, hinting at functions we have yet to understand. Even the shipwreck itself raises puzzles. Why was such a device aboard, and where exactly was it headed? The Antikythera Mechanism keeps some of its secrets, a reminder that history is as much about mystery as it is about facts. The Antikythera Mechanism teaches us that history is not a steady march forward. Knowledge can be gained and lost, preserved or forgotten, depending on the tides of culture and circumstance. It challenges us to reconsider what ancient civilizations were capable of, and to question the limits we place on the past. The device also reminds us that technological brilliance does not always survive the test of time. Without preservation, even the most advanced knowledge can vanish. Perhaps our own era is no different, and perhaps, centuries from now, our greatest achievements will be rediscovered as relics of a forgotten age. The Antikythera Mechanism is a silent messenger from a world both distant and familiar. It whispers of a time when humans looked to the stars with wonder, and when understanding the heavens was an act of beauty as much as science. Its gears turn not just in bronze, but in the imagination, reminding us that genius is timeless. It connects us to a lineage of thinkers, makers, and dreamers who dared to capture the cosmos in the palm of their hands. We may never know the name of the person who built it, or the full story of its journey to the seafloor. But in studying it, we honor their legacy, and we keep their light alive. The Antikythera Mechanism is not just an artifact, it is a challenge to look deeper, question harder, and to never underestimate the minds of those who came before us.